In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get Xray Vision into market price action. We're going to do a few deep dives into knowledge. I'm also going to share some opportunities that would be very good for you to know about. We'll be covering stock market news, crypto news as well. A lot of things are happening across markets that you need to know about. Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS. Welcome back, smart money investors and traders. Here you'll learn where the algorithms are buying and selling so you can profit like smart money. Let's run the numbers. A lot of people are expecting the stock market to tank, but artificial intelligence mania is driving the markets higher. Google also reported a pickup in revenue growth, thanks to advancements in artificial intelligence. Google's operating income of $21.8 billion for the second quarter was up 12% from a year earlier. In other news, Bank of California, PacWest in advanced talks to combine. We saw as the Fed increased the federal funds rate, increase interest rates, it put a lot of pressure on regional banks, and those regional banks faltered. In other news, Elon Musk rebranded Twitter, cuts ad prices. Elon is creating X, and I covered this off in yesterday's video. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, episode 962, please have a look at it. You can make a lot of money from that knowledge. In the main markets, all sectors were up 0.28%. Materials and information technology led the charge, I should say. Financials and real estate, also consumer discretionary, headed up the back of the pack. You can see it more clearly in this heat map, and you can see that basic materials did really well, as did technology. Looking at the main market in the past trading session, one thing that we saw, yields were backing off. The dollar was losing upward momentum. This was fantastic for gold and also good for Bitcoin. We saw a modest increase in the VIX, but it sold down. Junk bonds are still elevated, but they're weakening. The major indices are still coming up, but price is moving in a wave. One thing that I did with the CTKS Method service, I released some upward levels on oil. If you're into oil, please have a look at that indicator. If you're in the CTKS service and you don't have the indicator, please go to 00 inside the community section, inside the CTKSmethod.org website. And just go to area 4 where you fill in the form. There are 27 TradingView indicators. Please let me know in the comments what is your favorite thing to trade or invest in. Please let me know your top 3 absolute favorite things. You don't need to be in the service to recommend your 3 most favorite things. Just let me know. In under a day, the Fed will make their interest rate decision. The consensus is a 25 basis point increase. And that's been the consensus for over a month. And we can currently see here 99.6% probability of a 25 basis point increase. 1 month ago, it was basically 72%. This has been on the tables, and professionals know what this rate is. When it comes to the Fear and Greed Index of the main market, we can see extreme greed is the order of the day. It's been like that for quite a time. A lot of people are expecting a pullback, and we know price is always moving in a wave. The best time to get into a particular market is during the pullback. Unfortunately, this is the time when most people bail. They literally run for the hills. Professionals do the exact opposite. If you're liking the content so far, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification icon so you don't miss a thing. And if you're new to the community, a very warm welcome, and you might just like to say hi in the comments so we can welcome you. When it comes to market sentiment, the stock market is very high on sentiment at the moment. That is being largely driven by the next industrial revolution caused by artificial intelligence, or AI. We've seen a bit of a pullback in crypto sentiment, but you can also see crypto is in a very nice uptrend at the moment. Turning to the crypto market, we can see Bitcoin is up marginally 0.22% and Doge is just shining, up a little over 9%. We identified Doge early on, and all the people who've reached out to me and said, Ken, thank you so much for covering Doge. It's an absolute pleasure. If you'd like to share any successful trades, please come across to Twitter or X and just reach out and directly message me at StanfieldKen, STANDFIELD. There's 2 D's in Stanfield. By default, I keep all conversations private and confidential unless you want otherwise. This is why I never show my messages. Your privacy is very important to me. The greatest gainers in the top 100, we can see Doge out of the gate with SHIB, with a mask on, trying to meet their maker, and they've got positive theta, because it's an avalanche of price momentum. What does all that mean, Ken? What have you done? Just created a bit of a memory aid for you. Doge is the greatest gainer, followed by Mask, then Maker, Theta, XTC, SHIB, AVAX, Gate Token, and GMX. I cover the top gainers and losers each and every day because they're important. They actually clump together. To get synchronized, you must understand how the gainers and losers are moving together. What came before, what comes next. The greatest losers, top 100, past 24 hours. Casper is feeling ghosted, taking out pole position. Filecoin got shelved. Optimism is feeling down. Mantle's looking out of sorts. Phantom is joining Casper. IOTA is going down. Matic and Near are both going far away from positive price action, and Chainlink missing a link at the moment. Looking across the heat map, we can see apart from Doge, there's not much up in the crypto market. But if you were in Doge, wow, you've been doing really, really well. The question is, why is Doge up? It's for a very good reason. I covered it off in depth in yesterday's video. Please have a look at that one. Episode 962. Wow, we're getting close to 1,000. Elon Musk is reviving his X.com ambitions. He wants to make X the everything app, like WeChat of China. And if you're not from China or Asia, you may not know what WeChat actually does. It controls the banking system. That's a way of looking at it. What does that mean? It basically means you can pay just about anything from WeChat. We know Elon, the richest man in the world. He has very, very big ambitions, and he knows how to make them a reality as well. This is exactly why Doge is sparking up. And it's going to pull SHIB with it. We're going to look at Ethereum as well. In terms of the CTKS method, Ethereum death cross threatens more downside as ETH price trades at key support level. Is it true? Is it not true? We'll check it out. I believe that Sam Altman is the next Elon Musk, the next Bill Gates. Whatever Sam is touching is turning into Bitcoin. He created the World Coin token. He created OpenAI. This guy is good. In the stock market, getting into IPOs can be very, very dangerous. Not all of them, but most of them. If you got into WorldCoin, WLD, as it listed on Binance, you're just down a mere 57% right now. If you bought it at the top, and most people would have got in around then. One thing that you learn inside crypto, and especially inside the stock market, when a particular thing lists, you are exit liquidity for the early investors. So you need to make it a little bit calm down in price before you just dive into it. And then you need to be careful as well. Beware of fear of missing out. It's not your friend, but you can do just minor trades to check the health. I would suggest coffee level trades. The Middle East understands that crypto is the new oil, and it's embracing it while the US drops the ball. Abu Dhabi regulator grants trading firm Rain permission to offer crypto services. It's definitely raining in the desert. Binance is set to launch a Japanese crypto service in August. Spain's leading private bank ANG has launched a crypto investment fund. Smart money wants to get into crypto. Looking at the Fear and Greed Index, we're under fear because we can see the Fear and Greed Index has been rolling over recently. The index is currently neutral at 50. But what this particular pattern shows, the crypto market is experiencing a fear-based pullback. We can see that in the suppressed prices, and of course Doge is a little bit different because, hey, Elon's backing Doge, and X is supposed to take over half the world's financial systems. Of course Doge is going to shine, and it's bringing its friend SHIB along for the ride. Please let me know about this in the comments. What are your thoughts about Doge and SHIB? And X.com in general. Looking at the top 8 crypto, we can see that Bitcoin did come down, but it recovered somewhat. How did that play out on the relativity of the top alts? We can see that Ethereum came down with Bitcoin, but it is recovering. Bitcoin came down 2.34%, but Ethereum is recovering well. We often see this with Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance just means the alts are coming down. If Bitcoin dominance is rising, the alts are falling faster than Bitcoin, and that's what we would expect. I think from an investment perspective, Bitcoin dominance is really quite interesting, but from a trading perspective, I haven't found it gives a really strong and fast, rapid signal. The key really for trading, for knowing where to time entries and exits, is objective dynamic market structure. We can see that XRP was hit quite hard, and a lot of people thought that the SEC case with XRP was over. It's not over until it's over. With renewed optimism in Binance as an exchange, especially with the Japan news, we may see BNB start to recover. It was really hard hit by the SEC lawsuit. We know that Doge is rallying on the news of Elon. I'm going to be incorporating news as a standard feature into each and every video update. ADA is just a bit weaker than Bitcoin's gravity at the moment, but we've seen in past recoveries XRP and ADA leading. It's a little bit different now, but let's see if it doesn't play out again. And what about Solana? Solana was really hard pressed because when you look at the objective dynamic market structure of Solana, there's not a lot of support down there. The SLs are weak and they're few and far between. Whereas with Doge, they were pretty rock solid. Doge was looking fantastic, and I must admit, ADA is looking really good too. When we look at total crypto market cap, it is absolutely critical to understand where the market structure exists inside the chart we're looking at. If we don't know that, we don't know where the safety nets are. As a former stats lecturer, first and second year, one thing that I found, averages, they're very, very problematic, and things like standard deviation and variation are based on averages. In fact, the standard deviation is the average variability around the mean. The mean is the average. Many technical indicators are based on averages. You would have seen moving averages, simple moving averages, SMAs or EMAs, exponential moving averages, or weighted moving averages. One of the major setbacks with moving averages is that they just literally look back on recent indicative price and say the whole history is related to what price did in the last X number of periods, say a 20-day moving average. If you would like me to go more in depth in these particular indicators, please let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to do a series on them. If you would like me to cover off the ideas behind moving averages and give you the understanding, please just pop moving average in your comments. I'll give you an idea. If I put a simple moving average on this price, it shows the price decayed. It's actually backwards looking and it's following price. You can see it cannot predict where price can go. It can only say where price has been. People say, oh Ken, the way you get around that, you just change the period. For example, if it was, I don't know, a 50 period moving average. You can see it here. This can predict price. So price will mean revert to there. The problem with mean reversion, especially in the stock market and crypto, we're dealing now with exponential asset classes. So the solution is, why don't we just use an exponential moving average? Ooh, good idea. I've just popped a 50 period moving average, and this is a 15-minute time frame, but you can see the EMA is much more sensitive than the SMA. Exponential is more sensitive. The reason that I'm giving you this background is because I read out an article on Ethereum. It was this particular article about the Ethereum upcoming death cross between the 50 and the 200 moving averages. Let's examine it really quickly. We can see the 50 period moving average is more closely aligned to price. That will always be the case. A 1 period moving average will be the closing price if the moving average is calculated on the close price. So just keep that in mind. When you have a 200 period moving average, in this case it's the daily candlesticks for Ethereum. So this is a 200-day moving average. That's the white one. It goes much more slowly because it adds up the past 200 days, all the prices, and divides them, you guessed it, by 200. Very advanced mathematics. The problem with moving averages is they give you one resistance level and one support level, and price has already moved on anyway. Price is saying, I don't care what I've done in the past, I'm going to look towards the future. You could say price has no emotional baggage. It doesn't care what it's done in the past, it's just going to do what it's going to do from now on in. We could say it's the same in life. You should leave your past behind. Okay, let's zoom in. Enough psychology lessons and philosophical lessons. Let's have a look at this. What do we see here? Okay. We see a golden cross. This golden cross occurred around the 8th of February. What is a golden cross? A golden cross is where the 50 cuts up and through the 200. Now people are talking about a death cross. One thing to note, because moving averages are backwards looking, they're just detecting when you get this big sharp uptake. It's all about the fact that prices increase so quickly, so dramatically, that it's pushed the recent average up. This is not an EMA, this is an SMA, but this is the way that averages work. And things like Gaussian channels and normal distribution methods, they're just literally standard deviations, and a standard deviation is an average variation around the mean. You can see that the talk of a death cross is just nuts. We can see that from the 200 period or 200-day moving average, and it really depends on what period people are looking at. I can create death crosses on the 1 second, just blinking my eyes. I've shown you on the daily basis what that death cross looks like, but we can see here this is on the weekly basis. What's really important here is to look at it from a statistical perspective. I don't treat anything that anybody says as gospel until I prove it out myself. You should do the same. It's really important to do. When you look at the 200-week moving average, hello, Ethereum only has, well, it only goes halfway. What's wrong with this moving average? Please let me know in the comments. And when you look back at the 50-week moving average, you can see that the 200-week moving average only started a little while ago in real terms. And then we had the golden cross. And what is this? A death cross. What is it actually recording? It's recording this sell-off right here. Please be very, very careful about how you interpret data. And don't buy in to what other people say. Just prove it out for yourself. And if you have topics that you would like me to cover off from a statistical base, I'm very happy to do so. I'm here because I want your knowledge to expand and increase. Therefore, I think we can put this death cross on Ethereum to bed. For members of the CTKS Method service, pop on your smart money indicator and see what's happening around the 200-week moving average. I think you'll find it very enlightening. There's good reasons that we need to be a little bit cautious of moving average and standard deviation calculations because exponential price action really messes with them. And when we look at this particular moving average, it's not telling us much, if anything, about where structural support is in terms of objective dynamic market structure, or ODMS, also known as CTKS structure. So let's turn on the indicator and find out where the true safety net is inside the total crypto market. It was down here at that 1.127 trillion. If you didn't know where the ceiling was, floors become ceilings. For example, there was a fresh air gap. There was always the possibility of falling down. And we know, even as a market, price is moving from SL, Stanfield level, up to Stanfield level, or SL to SL. They're very, very powerful. They overcome the problems with normal distribution methodologies of calculating support and resistance. Also, all the problems and issues inherent with moving averages, whether they be simple, exponential, or weighted. The SLs will give you the truth of market structure. More importantly, they can tell you where price is going to have problems and price will be supported. And that's the most important thing you'll ever learn. When looking at Bitcoin, and I've just drawn up these SCs because sometimes it's really hard to see the lines. When we turn on the smart money indicator and we can see the SLs underneath these SCs, one reason that we need to know where the SLs are and aggregated SLs become SCs or Stanfield zones is because when price falls down, we must know where it can hit a safety net and rebound. If we don't know this, we can have no confidence at all in what we're doing because we don't know where the safety nets are, and we need safety nets in all financial markets. What did we see Bitcoin do? It hit a safety net, passed through it, cut through it, because that was incredible momentum. And it got caught by the secondary one around that 29,100 mark. And then what happened? Because these SLs, these SCs are magnetized, it ping-ponged back. And this magnetism is a critically important thing to understand inside financial markets. We saw these SLs holding, and it was gravitationally attracted up to the next SL area around that 29,250 level. What do we see? A little bit of weakness inside the crypto market. If we can't get above this 29,250, we're going down to around 29,100. If we do get above 29,250, we're going up to 29,500. This is the way you read these charts. It gives so much confidence. You need to know what future price can do. Looking at total liquidations in the past 24 hours, about 41.5 million. It's not really that bad. And what did we see happen over 12 hours? There were a lot of short liquidations. How do we know they're short? They turn red. Why do they turn red? They should turn green, because when you get long liquidations, that actually drives the price down, not up. And you can see how those liquidation values are changing. XRP, the shorts are getting liquidated relative to the longs just now. And WorldCoin is kind of doing the opposite thing, just in the past hour at least. You can see that Doge is getting a lot of long liquidations, 68,000 versus about 10,000 in short liquidations. This will be pushing Doge's price down. Turning to Doge, we can see it coming down at the moment. And the question is, where is the smart money support? Where is that? Because if we don't know where the smart money is stepping in, any particular downward momentum in price, you think it's going to zero, and the opposite way. Any aspirational price movements, you'll think it's going to infinity, but it's not. It's going to another structural level, another SL. Objective dynamic market structure is the only thing that holds price and the only thing that stops price. So let's turn on the smart money indicator. And this could be a little bit hard for you to see on the current resolution, so I'll just draw SZs over these. What do we see here? Doge was trying to get through a mass of smart money sell levels when it was below this particular price. From 764 to 769, we can see Doge was trying and trying and trying, but eventually it got up. And what did it do? It just fluffed everybody out of the trade that was using conventional technical analysis, because they would have seen a cut under here and a weakening of the trend and thought, oh no, this is all over, I'm going to sell. And this is why you need to marry conventional technical analysis with a deep understanding of objective dynamic market structure through the CTKS method. The CTKS method invented objective dynamic market structure. What did we see here? The particular structure held. It tried to get above this smart money resistance area around that 789 mark, didn't have any success, but when it finally blew through it because there were so many sellers up here saying, I'm going to short Doge because the whole market is coming down. The market's been quite ugly of late, but those people in Doge have probably made a very, very tidy profit. Please let me know in the comments if you've been one of those people, and I'm so happy for you if you have been. What we can see, look at this, and I'm just going to zoom in here because I think this is really good to see. You can see it blasted through this smart money sell level when price was below, went up and tapped the next one. It's a sell level. It pushed it back to the SL below, and then it pushed up above. When it got above, it tried to rebase, and it's just basing because it's got this next smart money sell level from 855 to 863 to get through. Art is a very beloved community member, and Art's been trading for literally 4 decades plus. Art said he is amazed every day at how price respects the Stanfield levels, SL lines and SL zones. And you can see it playing out in real time. Personally, I don't trade anything unless I've looked at the SLs. They're very, very important. It's very dangerous if you trade without an understanding of SLs. And anybody in the oil, please just say hi. Just say oil if you're really interested in oil and you have the CTKS method monthly service indicator for oil. You need to know what's happening with oil. You need to update that indicator. It's potentially a Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin all over again. This raises a really important point, the understanding and comprehension. When you understand SLs, you can apply them to any price chart, and it doesn't matter what market you're looking at. If you're looking at Forex, you're looking at commodities, if you're looking at stocks, indices, crypto, anything, it's all the same. If you've found the CTKS method helpful, please let me know in the comments. When looking at the EDX exchange, which is the institutional exchange, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash, they're all doing pretty well. But there's been some massive retracements in Litecoin. The Litecoin halving is in 8 days and 10 hours. We would expect some hype to surround Litecoin. But please be aware, what typically happens Institutions sell off because they want to buy back. They destroy people's confidence in something only to have them come back near or at the top to get trapped. Much of trading is mindset, and it's an understanding of how things actually work in practice. The best way to know how things work is to just create very, very solid foundations. This is actually the outline of the CTKS Masterclass. Then you need to get synchronized, but you need to understand how the external markets are playing back on the crypto market. And many people are inside traditional markets and have minor exposure to crypto, but that's changing as crypto hits widestream mass adoption. And then enhancing your market focus is incredibly important. You need to know where smart money is paying attention. And we've seen recently Doge has been that thing. Before you buy and sell, and there's many ways to do that, mastery of emotional control is incredibly important. All of these areas are taught inside the masterclass, and the masterclass is 30 plus years of knowledge transfer. There's been a couple of comments inside the masterclass that I would like to share with you. One from Steve. Steve says, "Now I have the confidence to put your teachings to work, to become financially independent. I know it will be a reality this time. I know it will happen because of you." Thank you so much, Steve. We have an amazing global family, and Oscar Bollinger. What an incredibly generous and kind soul. Oscar put forward a CTKS Partial Masterclass Scholarship, and that's been awarded just now to Fabs. That's just beautiful, Fabs. Well done, and congratulations. Let Me Know Barry has kindly offered a CTKS Partial Masterclass Scholarship. If you have dedication, persistence, and commitment, if you're prepared to go slow to go fast, you'll find the CTKS Masterclass is life-changing. And thank you again for your kind generosity. Let Me Know Barry. What a great guy. This is a comment from inside the Masterclass just a couple of days ago. Claudia said, having gone from zero knowledge of cryptocurrencies and trading to a confident participant, I cannot fully express the gratitude I have for the efforts of Ken and Kate of this incredible program. I often return to episodes inside the Masterclass and find new or forgotten gems of knowledge. This Masterclass is enhanced 100% fold by the daily crypto market analysis on YouTube. There are golden nuggets in the daily as Ken brings it all together in real-time analysis. Thanks so much, Claudia. And congratulations, my friend. I would also like to thank Purpuratum for his very kind generosity. Purpuratum is also offering a CTKS Partial Masterclass Scholarship. If you would like to become an awardee, please visit the links in the description of this video. You'll find the application form. Just recently, Jay finished the Masterclass, and I'm so proud of you, Jay. Jay said, "If anybody asks, how has my trading been while being in the bear market? The amount of successful trades is just astonishing, and this is only the beginning. If you use the many valuable rules from the Masterclass, the MC, you literally have a license to print money." 007 wishes he could change his license with mine. Jay says an incredibly important thing. It's all about being in Zone 3 and Zone 4. It's not about making money itself. It's part of the journey. Jay has an incredibly powerful suggestion. Start your day with the CTKS Creed to get your mind in the right balance. And after every trade, thank the universe for the reward if you made a profit or for the lesson if you made a loss. If you made a loss, convert that to your own personal rule. Well done, Jay. Just sensational work, my friend. The CTKS Creed is really important, just like Jay said. It primes the mind for positivity, for entry and maintenance inside Zone 3 and Zone 4. If you know the universe wants you to succeed, you'll approach life from that perspective. Therefore, every day you can show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. That will make each day a happy day. And it doesn't matter what life throws at you, if you can view the world with gratitude, you'll always find something that you can be grateful for. Knowing that opportunities and life reset daily is really important. Don't be like a moving average. Give up yesterday's price action. You are very worthy, so go slow to go fast. Time is going to pass anyway, but at least you put the hard work in. Time will pass at a higher level of quality and success. And most importantly, a higher level of meaning. Starting small and scaling is really important. You wouldn't go to a gym and lift the heaviest weight. You're going to pull something. If you're interested in becoming the #1 tennis player in the entire world, don't play the #1 tennis player in the entire world first. You'll get demoralized. And you'll probably shelve something that could be a reality. Instead, start small. And know that life pullbacks will give you the strength for the next life rally. Your dedication and commitment are everything in this world. You can't be successful without those two things. Most importantly, life is a mind game. Some people think I'm AI. I am not AI. I'm a human being and I mess up my words from time to time. In life, you either win or you learn. It's important to never blame. Blame is a really easy thing to do, but the problem, you lose the lesson. And what happens to that? The lesson will come back and bite you twice as hard next time. Lessons are always repeated until learned, and when you learn them, you get a new lesson. Wow, life is really fun. Therefore, focus on learning. This is a really important point. You're going to get problems all the time in this world. A problem-free life doesn't exist. A struggle-free life doesn't exist. And if it did, you would be bored to death. So don't worry about a dream or a fantasy of sitting on a beach, sipping on a pina colada and just watching the sunset every single day for the rest of your life. That's a boring life. It might sound good, but it's really boring. Instead, you want to come alive. You want to take those natural skills and natural talents that you have, mold them into something that you can be proud of. There's only one you in this world, and nobody can do you better than you. Other people have tried, they've failed already. Therefore, we use positive excellence as a guiding approach to our lives. For the Masterclass students, I was thinking of doing a new LV video, a new living video. What kind of topics would you like me to cover? Please let me know in the comments. If you've watched to this point, you have dedication and commitment. You've got persistence as well. You are awesome. Please drop something about learning inside the comments to let me know you made it this far. I'm really, really impressed. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.